Okay, so what's next? We're gonna actually take the Sawzall and we're gonna cut this frame right here. We've unbolted just about everything I can unbolt from the back of this thing. The next thing is really just to get to cutting. So we're gonna cut this here, cut that on the other side, take this whole center piece out of here. We'll have to get up underneath. There's a couple bars we gotta cut on the bottom side too, and that makes us a little bit closer to putting the new axle in. So let's get started.
Throwing Cheez-Its into my automobile?
So next up, it's going to be cleaning these rails up. Let's grind all this out of there. Same thing with this side. This one needs to be cut all out, ground down, all that good stuff. So I'll probably just leave everything else as it is. Let's get to cleaning these up. Alright guys, WGR Garage back at it. So it's a fresh day, it's Saturday. We are going to be busting out the plasma cutter first thing this morning. All these old mounts, these mounts right here, all this stuff has to get cut right off. This is the original coil bucket. Like I said, track bar, no longer going to be needing it. And we'll see what else we can cut out of here. So let's set up the plasma cutter and get to getting. So here's the aftermath of the plasma cutter. Basically just try to get as close as you can to the frame on everywhere you cut off a bracket, and then we'll take a flapper disc and try to grind it all nice and pretty. So we'll do that next. Okay, sweet. So everything's cut off. I was able to grind it all down. I'll come back in here and put a weld around this, make it look pretty decent. But for that, that's pretty much the frame all cleaned up on this side. Now the other side, I got to do the same thing. And I don't think you guys care to watch it. So I'll let you know when it's done. Alright, so here's the driver's side all complete. Like I said, I still got to weld up this piece right here. It's just a through tube, I guess a support that goes all the way across to brace. While I was under there, I actually got the upper link mount out. The upper link mount out on this side. Up over here. Ended up having to cut that one out. That one came out. I got one heck of a mess to clean up. We will probably roll the new axle into its home and see what it looks like. Alright guys, quick pro tip. When you got a vehicle and you got a project going, and you gotta know where your axle in it, you get all this dust and debris kind of around these dang jack stands. You still want to get all the dust underneath the jack stands. So you can just kind of move them out of the way, apparently. I always thought the jack stands held the vehicle up. Apparently they don't. That's the WGR Pro Tip of the Week. Awesome, alright. There is the Toyota axle. I was just kind of thinking about putting it on some jack stands and putting the tires on it just to see what the heck it looks like. Or maybe I'll just put the tires on it and shove it underneath there. Just to kind of get an idea, see what it looks like. So we'll do that now. Fail. I didn't think that through. Put the tires on, but I can't push it underneath there. Okay, so we got the axle sitting just about the stock location. We're going to be wanting to cut this, I don't know, somewhere in this general area so we can push this thing back. I'm hoping to push it back about 6 to 8 inches, so maybe 6 inches, somewhere in there. It'll just give it a little bit meaner of a look, and also gives you a little bit better wheelbase. So I can't get too long because I still want to be able to put this on my trailer, behind my buggy, on one trailer, so it can't be too long or else it's not going to fit on there. So anyways, next thing is to start drawing line and cutting.
Ryan, you want to know something?
What?
As soon as you left, it turned on.
No, it didn't. You're on video. Alright, so the next thing to do pretty much, haven't worked on this thing in a little while, but as I said before, we're going to cut the fenders, just kind of move the axle back about 6 inches or so. I got a cut line on this side right there. So in order to do that, I'm going to take the Sawzall blade. I think I'll cut the plastics in here, so we're going to go ahead and pull out the plastics to make sure that I'm not going to be cutting through to the interior. So that's what's up next. So what's up next? It's time to cut. So we got the interior pulled out of it. It doesn't look like anything's gonna hit, so I think I'm gonna try to follow this line best I can and see what happens. Well, I guess the lug nuts are. Did you pull off?
Yeah, I pulled them off. Did you use it to like hold yourself?
No. I normally have the lug nuts out and yank the axle this way.
Oh shit. Whoopsie.
All right, there we have it. So we got both sides cut. We kind of used the cardboard template to try to do our best to copy the other side onto this side. So this was a little different just because of the body, the way it's constructed underneath there. It's got a jack mount that goes in the inner, that's inside of the vehicle. So we'll have to cap that at some point. But so we are going to try to put the axle in place, kind of rock it back a little bit and see what it looks like. All right, guys, that is a wrap on episode number 2. We got all the fenders cut out, axle kind of in place of where I want it. Might go back just a hair farther. Not 100% sure. But been a little change of plans. I'm not going to leaf spring it anymore. We're just going to do 4-link. It's got most of the mounts for the 4-link already on the chassis. I'll probably just beef up the tabs a little bit, and we'll build our own 4-link kit for it, or 4-link bars for it, or 4-link the rear. So we'll do that, and that'll be episode number 2. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe and check out all the rest of the videos coming to the channel soon. Thanks, guys. WGR Garage out.